I'm Denis Noble, a professor at Oxford University, and I'm talking to Blaise Agüera y Arcas, who is a vice president and fellow at Google and who has been working on some very clever artificial intelligence work. And Blaise, you gave us a fantastic lecture here, and let me see if I have got the essential message for a general audience. You took a small algorithm written in a strange language, and I won't say what the language is, and you made it, you tweaked it to be able to make it reproduce itself. That's the first point. That's true, isn't it?
Yes. Although the thing that I would say about this is that I didn't write the algorithm. And this is critical. The algorithm, if you like, wrote itself.
The algorithm wrote itself, but you then tweaked it to make it reproduce itself?
No, it figured out how to do that on its own. Yes.
This is even better. I think it's an even better story.
I agree.
It just simply took off.
Yes.
Because what you then did was to run it 1 million times, or whatever.
A few million.
And it produced shapes. It produced order.
Yes.
I'm just absolutely mind blown by this. What happened on the Earth 4 billion years ago?
Well, we had something that began purposeless. It began with just chemical reactions. And those chemical reactions produced not only entities that can reproduce themselves, as those programs did, but also produced all of the order that we see around us.
But demonstrating the mere possibility of doing that with just a number of silicon chips, running that program, and getting that result. I mean, it just seems extraordinary to me. But that's the first question.
Yes.
Is, why are you doing this?
Well, my interest in biology, is I guess is connected with my interest in neuroscience.
Yes.
So
yes, indeed. Yes.
I began, as an AI researcher, and that's, I guess, still what I think of myself
Yes.
of
Right.
As nowadays.
So the object is to understand better what nerves and brains do.
Yes.
Yes,
That's right.
That's right. And another thing we've learnt in this particular meeting is that other cells do it too.
Exactly.
In other words, cognition of a kind is
Right.
almost universal.
I think it is.
And even tiny protists, the tiniest forms of life we know, are doing it.
Bacteria are already intelligent.
And bacteria, certainly. Yes, that's right. Well, thank you very much, Blaise. This is an interview to be remembered. The man who first showed that a single bit of code that was written by itself and then run 1 million times produces shapes and order.
Well, the fact that you run it 1 million times, even though it starts off not
Yes.
doing anything and being completely random. I mean, for me,
Yes.
the magic is that you begin with code that is random, meaning that
Yes.
it's not an algorithm. It's not doing anything.
No, right.
And it learns how to do something
Yes.
just by virtue of running.
Yes.
And the thing that it learns how to do is to continue to exist, because
Yes.
essentially, if it's in a closed environment where it copying itself or reproducing overwrites anything
Indeed.
that can't copy itself or reproduce,
Yes.
there's kind of selection or survival of the fittest going on there, even before there is anything like life or reproduction.
Yes, indeed.
A couple of interesting points further
Yes.
are that the emergence of something that can reproduce before you have anything like life is interesting.
Yes, exactly.
But how that happens is, I think, equally interesting, which is that it happens through cooperation. And
That's very interesting indeed.
right, and this is very third way, right?
Because because so much of life is symbiotic.
Yes,
Cooperation turns out to be a driver.
fundamental.
Fundamental. Absolutely so. Yes.
And this is very counter to the way most people think
Yes.
about evolution and about Darwinism.
Of course
even
it
though,
is.
as we both know,
Well,
Darwin
absolutely.
understood that cooperation was important.
Well, indeed, no. I mean, the later Darwin, particularly,
Right.
was very fascinated, particularly by the ability of organisms to choose who they want to mate with, who they want to cooperate with.
Yes.
All of that, exactly. Yes.
And for me, this has a lot of importance in two ways. I mean, one of them is that, as we see, intelligence arises at the beginning of life, even before you have neurons or nervous systems.
Exactly so.
And that's important. But the other thing is that a lot of the language of that sort of competitive brand of Darwinism has also infected thinking about AI. That AI is somehow adversarial with people, different from us. And the reality is that this idea of cooperation and mutualism being the driver of evolution and the way intelligence occurs is also true of AI systems, which is a lot of our work as well.
Well, this is all fascinating, Blaise. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Denis. Thank you so much for having me.